Yo, what is up everyone? Today I am making another video on why discipline beats motivation. As you can see, I got a haircut. I was about to not make this video, and then the reason I did was because of the exact reason that this video is, because discipline beats motivation. I did not feel like making this video this morning, and I still did it because discipline beats motivation. I was not motivated, but I was disciplined, and that's why you guys are getting this video. So motivation's great. I love motivation. Motivation brought me to a place that I never thought I could get to, and I am very thankful for the motivation that I guess my brain gave me. But motivation will take you to a place, it won't keep you there. What will keep you there is discipline, because you don't necessarily need motivation to be disciplined, but you absolutely need discipline if you're only motivated. Because if you're only going to go to whatever your goal is when you're motivated, along the guy who's doing it every single day because they're disciplined, the disciplined person's going to win. Now, motivation's great. I love motivation. I think it's one of the most important things. And I think if you're someone that wants to improve yourself, you should be looking and finding different things for motivation. That's the cool thing about motivation that can now involve discipline. Are you disciplined enough to go and search for motivation? Well, how do you search for motivation? You can think about all the bad things that happen in your life. You can think about everybody you need to prove wrong, all these different things. These are great motivational factors. But if you're a human, and I'm definitely one, and if you are one, you know for a fact that not every single day you wake up with motivation. If you do, that's great, but you don't. I know you don't. If you do, you're gonna live a great, successful life every day waking up with motivation. Congrats to you. You are one in a million. But if you're like a normal person, or, you know, not even normal, just a human being, most of the time, you don't wake up with motivation every single day. Now, there are people that, you know, have done something every single day for years and years and years. Were they motivated to do it? No. This is how they did it. They were disciplined. This is the thing about discipline. This is why discipline beats motivation. The best way to become disciplined is to start out with the small things, and it's all a mental game. So, for example, say you are trying to find a parking spot pretty much, and there's an open one, but it's far, and you have to walk. And you say in your own brain, oh, this is a long walk. I'd rather look for a closer parking spot. Now, if you're in a rush, doesn't matter. I understand. But if this is just purely because you don't want to do the walk because you're lazy, it's okay to have that thought. But at that point, once you have that thought, you got to be like, call yourself out and be like, okay, just because you had that thought, that wuss thought, because we have two people in our brains, you know, the inner beast and the inner wuss, right? And you're going to have that wuss thought. What you do, you call yourself out for, you say, just because you had that thought, we're going to park all the way down there, so you get an even longer walk to the store because you're practicing mental discipline. Now, it may not matter in the grand scheme of things that you took longer to walk, but what you did change is the way that your brain works. This is what David Goggins, who I recommend you guys all watch, he's amazing, I love watching him, he talks about this. He talks about the fact that he calls himself out when he has those wuss thoughts, because he knows he still has those thoughts. I still have those thoughts. Today 30 minutes ago, I had the thought of, I don't want to do this, I don't want to make this video, it's not sunny out, my camera just died on me, I just got a haircut, I don't have to, I worked all week, I don't need to do this. But discipline is the reason that I did. That's why. So it's great timing with this video that this is all happening. But yeah, if you call yourself out, if you call that, because when you wake up, you have two people in your brain. The inner beast that's like, let's go, and the inner wuss that's like, oh, let's just chill. You know? And the cool thing is you get to decide which one you want to choose to be. That's a thing, is you get to decide. This is why discipline will beat motivation. And this is why you need to understand that you can only control the things you can control. Now, I know in this world, there is very little I can control. It's true. There is very little I can control on this earth, in this country, even in my own social life. There are very little things I can control. What I can control is my own brain. In fact, that's what we have. That's the thing that we have the control over, is our own brain. If you can't control your own brain, you're done. You're just going to be a feather in the wind, letting wherever the world takes you push you. If you cannot control your own brain, you might end up in a good spot, you might not. That's the thing. That's the thing about not being able to control your brain. I'm not saying you're guaranteed a bad life, but you're guaranteed whatever life gives you is what you're going to get. Okay? If you can control your own brain, you can start creating your own reality. This is the cool thing about discipline. This is the cool, and another cool thing about discipline is the fact that it actually gets way easier to be disciplined the more you're disciplined. So you can start your day off being disciplined and it'll become easier to be disciplined. I would say one of the best ways to do this is to get a notebook on your phone or whatever. Get a notebook or do it on your phone, or do whatever you can to make sure you have things written down. You write down your goals for the day, timely order. In the morning time I'm going to do this, at nighttime. You can make it very simple stuff. And every single time you could do wake up, check mark. And you have that check mark, you see that check mark. I would recommend doing this on the phone only because it's just way easier, it's way more mobile. You can kind of just go, oop, check mark, done. You get that check mark, it puts a thing in your brain to go, I need to complete all these to get a check mark on all of them, which is going to create discipline. I have noticed that if I make a list for my day and I check off the first one early in the morning, I'm more inclined to keep on going. So setting yourself up for a disciplined day starts right away. Like when you have the choice to get up or stay in bed, you say you stay disciplined and you choose to get up. Throughout the day, you're going to be like, all right, well, let me go make a meal, because if I could do that, I could do that. You do that, and then you're giving yourself, mental reassurance just for the day. I mean, over a course of weeks, months, and years, your brain will completely change. Just focus on each day, each step. Don't think long term when it comes to discipline. Think, what can I do right now to be disciplined? What do I know I could do right now, but I'm choosing not to, and it's purely because of discipline? What do I have control over in my life, and I know I'm not controlling it because I'm undisciplined? That's what you need to be questioning, okay? And if you are at a point where you're looking for motivation, you're looking for that video, that point, because this was me. I was a point where I was just looking for motivation, looking for motivational videos. That's why I know about all these people like Goggins and all these different motivational speakers, because I was searching for motivation. The truth is, you don't need to search for motivation when you're disciplined. All you need to do when you're disciplined is just do it. That's the cool thing about being disciplined. It's very much like 1 + 1 = 2. There's no faults to it. If you are disciplined, you are guaranteed whatever your goal is. If you're motivated, you're only guaranteed your goal when you're motivated. So that's the biggest difference. So, do you want to take control of your life? Take control of your brain first. And it's those first little things that are going to make the difference. Like waking up in the morning and smelling pancakes and saying, no, I don't want that. Or I do want it, but I'm not going to have it because I'm disciplined. Discipline isn't about not wanting things. It's about wanting it and not doing it because you know it's not good for you. We know when we're not on the right path, and we all know when we're lying to ourselves. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about, the biggest thing about discipline. One of the main things I focused on this summer, and it's why my discipline has gotten so much better over the summer, is I stopped lying to myself. Just literally, lying to yourself is one of the biggest issues with undisciplined people. Is that if you lie to yourself or justify your actions, this is another thing, justifying your actions. This is what humans love to do. Humans love to justify their actions. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Like someone who said, oh, I was supposed to go to the gym today, but I didn't because I was tired, I was blah blah, I had a headache. You're justifying your actions. And you're technically lying to yourself. You're not lying that you had a headache or that you didn't feel good. I'm sure you did. But you're lying to yourself that because of the headache and not feeling good, you couldn't go to the gym. That's where you're lying to yourself, because you know you could. That's the difference. So as long as you avoid lying to yourself and you beat those mini little battles in the beginning of your discipline journey, I promise this is going to be so much easier. But you know what's going to make this the easiest? And this is going to sound crazy. You know what's going to make this the easiest? Going in knowing it's going to be hard. That's what it is. If you go into this knowing this is going to be hard, my brain is going to get some battles, but in the end of it, I'm going to come out a better person. If you go in with that mindset, it's going to be easier because you already are expecting it to be hard. This is the thing. If you are going in saying like, oh, maybe something will happen, maybe there will be a difference in my brain, like, no, that will not happen. No, like, I hope. No more I hope. If you want discipline, no more I hope. I am going to make. I am going to get. I am going to make sure that happens. No more hoping things, okay? Hope is out of the window. Once you're a disciplined person, hope is out the window. I hope my brain stays disciplined. That's the only thing you should hope for, is that your brain stays disciplined, okay? Because that is the most important. Now, another thing, once you are deep into discipline, is figuring out the way to relax your brain once the time is to relax. Because as a human, you don't necessarily need balance, but for someone like me, I enjoy balance. I enjoy hanging out with my family, you know, spending quality time, sightseeing, looking at nature, all those different things. And you don't want to be in your work discipline mindset when you're enjoying those things. I would say one of the best ways to apply this mindset is to either consider yourself as on or off. A lot of people are about 40% there all day, which is, I think, one of the worst ways to live. I think you're either on or you're off. Like when you're on, you're getting a bunch of different stuff done, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like you are game time. You're disciplined, you're ready, you're hardcore, you're ready to go. And when you're off, you get your time to relax, because every human needs their time to relax. That's why humans sleep. That's why they recover. That's why recovery is needed. I am 100% in belief of that. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Going to be posting a lot of new videos soon. Going to be going to Arizona soon as well. So, bunch of new stuff coming out. Really excited to start putting that out. Other than that, hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys start doing some disciplined things. Get a disciplined mind. Other than that, peace.